Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is your host, Dr. Norbert, coming to you from a tangled web.
Very nice.
And with me, caught up in this web, is my dear co-host. Who are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie. When you say caught up in your web, I was trying to figure out if I'm like a fly in this situation.
Yeah, I think we're both flies in the web of life.
Oh, okay, nice. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. Have you seen Madam Web?
I was told not to in the strongest terms possible.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it is pretty bad. But I think it's so bad it's good. I think it's in that territory.
Okay. You know, it's funny. Had it been on the airplane that I was on, I would have watched it because I did watch on that airplane Venom 3 and Craven.
Yeah, nice.
And certainly on the airplane, both were absolutely fine on a very long flight. Yeah. Venom 3 perhaps less so, but Craven wasn't awful.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Craven was okay. Have you seen the thing? I don't think you'd spot it. Definitely not on an airplane screen. But there's like a bit where they CGI the female lead's like mouth and eyes, like to change the line that she's saying. Have you seen that?
Oh, in Craven.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't notice it that closely.
Yeah, if you're listening, go look up a clip real quick. But yeah, basically they like CGI'd her mouth to say something else, and it looks so weird. It's like a still image. They've got a still. Okay. Anyway, I digress. Yeah,
that's funny.
Craven, not that bad. You heard it at first.
Yeah, not so bad, and a surprise villain, which I was really pleased about.
Yeah, that was cool. No spoilers. It's a pretty cool surprise if you don't see it coming for 2 hours before it happens.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't obvious right away, but it did become obvious kind of midway through.
Yeah,
but that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are in this web together because we are going to be reviewing the latest kind of affiliation box that AMG is putting out, and it is a Web Warriors focused one, which is going to be the new hotness. All the new releases are for Web Warriors. And so having this box come out now is obviously good timing for people trying to get into the game and just wanting to play Web Warriors. This one is box CP234. I just looked that up. We don't have much more information about it, but it is called the Web Swinging Heroes Affiliation Pack.
Remember, you can type in, if you go on Jarvis Protocol and type in CP234, you get the whole box and its contents. Right now, we can't see the tactics cards, but they'll be added eventually once we know what's in it. So yeah, it's a really good way to see exactly what you're buying. It's actually better than looking on the store half the time.
It really is.
Because a lot of the stores don't show you like what's in the box, but Jarvis does. So yeah, if you type in the box number, CP234. How'd you find out the box number? Well, you listen to this podcast, apparently. Apparently, this is how people learn about the box numbers.
And debate those numbers.
Yeah, there you go.
We know that there are 7 tactics cards in this box, but they are not listed yet or anywhere, so we don't know which ones. So what we've decided to do is just go with all the tactics cards that we know exist that are attached to the characters we're going to be talking about. We don't anticipate any brand new cards being a part of the box. They'll just be reprints of what exists, so I think we'll be pretty safe about that. But there could be some surprise, like Web Warrior specific type of cards that are in that box that we didn't anticipate, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, we'll take educated guesses. We know what we're doing. We're professionals.
There was a Web Warrior box out before this one from 2023, apparently. So that one's out there as well. Don't be confused if you see that one on sale. It won't have these characters in it, but it could be complementary to the characters in this box and the brand new ones, of course, that haven't been released yet.
Yeah, this is the Web Swinging Heroes box, right? I think that's what it's called.
That's right.
They're starting to have names, these boxes. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we're going to do Agent Venom and Spider-Woman in this episode, and I'm quite keen on these because I have some history. Well, Agent Venom's got a bit of a hype at the moment, and I have some history with Spider-Woman from Adepticon 2 years ago, so it'll be interesting to talk about them again.
Yeah.
So let's start. Okay, you have any thoughts before we get rolling?
I want to know why you've got some history with Agent Venom. Is that going to come up later?
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, okay.
I you know me and the ladies.
You and Spider-Woman have some history. Go way back.
Yeah. So Agent Venom, no, he's competition.
Okay,
I don't want him involved.
Fair enough. I see.
Okay, Agent Venom. One of the coolest sculpts in the game. Let's just start right there. Yeah. Man, oh man, is that a cool sculpt?
Yeah. Big old tendrils holding guns. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And having him leaping over a piece of terrain, it's so good.
It's great.
Okay, Agent Venom is also known as Flash Thompson. Now, tell me, the Flash... Oh, it's Flash Gordon. I answered my own question. If in DC, it's Flash Gordon, right?
Flash Gordon, isn't that something else? Is that DC? I think Flash Gordon's just his own thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah. That's a DC hero,
Is
right?
it?
But it's Flash Gordon, like from he's like an alien from another.
Oh yeah,
planet
you're
or
right.
something.
Flash Gordon is a DC character. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
But then there's another Flash. Oh, there was Flash, the beagled dog in the Dukes of Hazzard. His name was Flash.
I am too young to understand these references from but I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to the Flash that we have today.
Gen X MCP players, represent on our Discord, please, if you remember Flash the Beagle. Or he might have been actually a hound dog. He might have been like a bloodhound, not a beagle. Yeah, he's definitely a
I hope that the hate we get for this episode is people correcting you on what dog type Flash was.
We do have a pets channel, so please do. If you have a bloodhound, please do post them in the pets channel.
We do.
But isn't there another Flash I'm thinking of?
We're going to talk about Flash Thompson, who is Agent Venom.
Thompson.
Let's talk about Flash Thompson.
Do you have any lore, Lore Master Jay?
I've got so much lore. Are you ready for this?
Oh,
did my homework.
Yeah.
So, I did my homework, and then Flash Thompson, pushed me up against a locker and stole it from me. Because he's the bully. He's the bully from the Spider-Man comics. So he's originally Peter Parker's bully, which, fun fact, in Spider-Man 1, is played by Joe, I would never say his name right, Joe Manganiello, who is that big, he's a big D&D fan. He was in Magic Mike.
Oh, yes.
He's really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Big time nerd. And he was on Critical Role series. He had a massive part in, I think, the first finale, or maybe the second finale, one of their seasons. He did some Vecna stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, he's a mega nerd, and he played Flash Thompson in the original Spider-Man movie, which is pretty cool. But he's now played by Tony Revolori, who is the one for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, is now Flash Thompson. Okay. He's less of a bully. He's more of a just dweeb, I guess.
Oh.
But anyway,
is he a quarterback? Is this the quarterback guy?
So, yes, I think so. I mean, the one we have in Tom Holland definitely doesn't look like much of a quarterback. But yeah, I mean, he's a high school bully. So the stereotype would say that he's a quarterback, right? He's a jock, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but he basically, he's a bully, but he ends up growing up and joining the US Army and becomes a decent person, actually. So there's a bit of a plot twist for you there. Bullies can be redeemed. Now we know. So he ends up growing up, joining the army, becomes a nice person, and then goes to Iraq and loses both of his legs trying to save his fellow soldiers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's heavy.
Pretty bad. And
see, but this is why comics are good now. Like, this is the kind of story you tell, and enable with the kind of fantastical setting of the genre.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's let's not go too deep into this, but I think it's what separates Marvel and DC a lot, is that DC do dark and gritty stuff, but Marvel is, because it's set in the real world more often, like there's a lot more of this. Like you can do stories about Iraq, right? And you can do stories about, people coming back from, military operations and stuff like that. And yeah, you can get into quite close to home stuff. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Comics are cool. We should all read comics. So he's lost both his legs, and he comes back, and the US government, they've basically got like a tamed version of the Venom symbiote, and they give it to him because he's basically a war hero, right? Take this might help. But obviously there's a catch. He has to, he can only wear the symbiote for 48 hours at a time, or it starts taking over his brain. That's pretty common.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, yeah. And then,
plus the temptation, if he's on a mission or something, the temptation to go past the 48 hours.
Exactly.
Is there.
Yeah. Imagine you're stuck behind enemy lines. You're like, I don't want to take this off. I might get shot. Yeah. So, that's pretty cool. He's basically a good guy symbiote. And so he teams up with Spider-Man sometimes, which is why he's in Web Warriors. He's part of the Secret Avengers, which is like a S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. So he's in S.H.I.E.L.D. too. And then later on, Guardians of the Galaxy, because I guess, he is technically covered in alien slime, right? So I guess his jurisdiction reaches out to space.
Is that your justification?
That's my justification,
I'm sorry. I'm not buying that, sir. I was looking forward to the justification of why he's in Guardians, and that's come up short.
A bit spacey, that's why.
He's spacey.
Yeah. So there's my role for Agent Venom.
All right. I mean, I always, Lore Master Jay, you always leave some room for the audience to fill in and help be part of the show. So there's the opening for you, audience member. Please do post in the Discord about why he's connected to the Guardians of the Galaxy, beyond the fact that he's got some alien aspect.
Yeah.
To him. All right. He is on a 35 millimeter base. As you pointed out, he is not only a Web Warrior affiliated character, but he's also part of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Guardians of the Galaxy, which is quite interesting. And you see him quite often in Guardians. Not sure about S.H.I.E.L.D., but we'll talk about that. He is a 4 threat. He comes with 4 physical defense, 2 energy, which is typical for a symbiote, and 3 mystic. He's got 6 hit points on his healthy side. He's got 6 on his backside. Nice, not bad. Size 2 and moves medium. I'll just mention the obvious. He's a wall crawler as well. So what do we think of this as a 4th threat?
It's pretty good. He's got the classic kind of symbiote weakness, right, to energy.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Well, I mean, I just know that that's in the comic books. That's how you kind of disrupt the symbiotes, right? You hit them with sonic waves, and they kind of fall into little pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Sonic wave. I think fire as well. I think they hate fire.
I don't know about that.
At least one of them does. Pretty sure Carnage hates fire. But
Okay.
So that's to show that. So yeah, that's pretty standard kind of symbiote stat line. I think it's great. 6/6 is actually quite good.
Yeah. Well, but the 4th threat, I think is pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
All right, so pretty standard except for the symbiotic aspect of it, and of course, roll crawler, which you'd imagine for Web Warrior. So no biggie, but obviously good. All right, so let's get to his attacks. He's got 3 of them. The first one is a physical attack called Clintar. Okay,
Hey.
Clintar Firepower. Thank you.
You know what Clintar is?
No, I was just going to ask Little
mate,
Master.
It's the this is why I'm going to get it wrong. It's the planet where symbiotes are from. They're from Clintar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they have
okay.
there's like a Clintar god, king, lord, mayor, I don't know.
Well,
leader.
I know this. Is this the same from Venom 3? I know this now, if that's the case.
Null.
Is that the guy?
Null, yeah.
No?
Yeah, Null.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying his name, Null. Knull, yes. If you play Marvel Rivals, they just had a Clintar season. So yeah, big old Venom-y like symbiote planet. That's where they're all from.
Okay. Cool. All right. So he's got Clintar Firepower. Oh, wow. It's range 4, 5 dice. That sounds great. 0 cost. This is his builder where he gets power equal to the damage dealt, and it's got a wild bleed. Woo!
Pretty good.
That feels great.
Yeah, pretty good. Range 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Typically a range 4, you'd expect only to be 4 dice, but this guy's got 5. He is a 4th threat, so maybe it's okay. Bleed's always good.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a second attack, which is an energy one called his Incinerary Grenade. This is range 3, 5 dice. It costs 1, though. After the attack is resolved, the defender gains the Incinerate special condition. This is very similar. Who's got this one?
Domino.
Is it Domino? Yeah, Domino. And they use this to great effect, usually when you least expect it, to be honest. You forget they have it.
Yeah, for sure. Guaranteed Incinerate is pretty great for 1 power. It's cool. I think if he's stacked with power and maybe you're going into an activated model, so you know they're going to stand still and your friends are around ready to beat them up, then giving them an Incinerate is cool.
Yeah, this so far so good. Last is his spender. This is called Symbiote Special Forces, which is a great name. Love that. This is a beam 3, 7 dice, costs 4. But it's got a trigger, which is a wild hit, double trigger, called Lashing Tendrils. After each attack is resolved, deal 1 damage to each other enemy character within 2 of this character. Meaning who? Agent Venom or the one you just attacked?
Of Agent Venom. Of this character, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so too. Yeah. Weird. So he's kind of beaming one direction and hitting a whole bunch of enemy characters, but also just randomly hitting the people within 2 of him.
Yeah, exactly. I find that this comes up often when he's kind of jumped in, which we'll get to in a minute, web swung in, and there's like someone left on 1, and instead of spending actions and dice going into that one person, he'll just beam like maybe just 1 other person, hoping to get the trigger, and he might take both out. And in my experience, he usually takes both out.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really appreciated this before, and it's to each other enemy character. And so that means after each attack resolved, so if he's beaming 3 people, he potentially could do this 3 times in a row, which is bonkers. But the trigger's a little bit rough. It's a wild hit on 7 dice.
Yeah, not a reliable one, but one you're happy to get on 7 dice. It's not too bad.
All right. So you want to comment on this package of attacks, or do you think we need to talk about the superpowers first?
It's very symbiote-y, right? I've been playing some symbiotes recently. Venom in New Mutants, and Venom in Weapon X, and Carnage in Weapon X. And I'm realizing that they all have there's this flavor. It's really good. The lashing tendrils trigger. A few of them have that. Give out a lot of bleed. It's great. Agent Venom brings a grenade, an energy attack, which is rare for symbiotes, which is nice. So yeah, it feels very themey. I can see I assume one day we're going to get some kind of Clintar affiliation, right? Because there's definitely a running kind of thread through these characters, and they all have very similar kits in their attacks, which I think is great.
That'd be exciting, actually. I didn't think about that.
People want it. People want it a lot.
Oh,
people play symbiotes now just because they can. And all AMG needs to do is slap a leadership on it, and they've basically got it. Because there's a lot of symbiotes in the game, right? Carnage, Venom, Venom, Agent Venom.
Yeah. In fact, there's a guy coming to the Across the Bifrost Team Championship in January who wants to do a completely symbiote converted army, and so he's shown us some pictures of that, which is nuts.
There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of love for symbiotes. A lot of people's favorite character is Venom.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. All right. Cool. Let's talk about the superpowers then. He's got a symbiote web swing. Costs 2 power, and you get placed within 3 of your current position and can only be used once per turn. So fairly standard, but obviously very strong.
Yeah, extremely good. Extremely, extremely good. This is, a really just great ability. You normally see it on point scory characters like Miles Morales. Amazing Spider-Man helps them get around, but for a fighty character like this, I find that it always puts him in the perfect position for that beam in particular. And when he's got a range 4 builder, this on top of it means he can chase down targets really, really easily.
Yeah, I think though he suffers from the typical Web Warriors problem, which is power generation. Right? He's got spoilers. He's got 2 more superpowers to go after this. The Spender's 4, which is not outrageous, but still expensive. And all he's got to gain power is that builder, which is not bad, but 5 dice, I don't know. It probably is okay. I guess the question is whether he can get into position early enough to start hitting things.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think when I'm thinking about, web swing into symbiote special forces, that's 6 power right there. Where's he getting that power from? In my mind, he's been dazed. And then he flips and does it. So he has a great clap back turn. Fantastic. And with having 2 energy defense, it means a lot of people are going to be gunning for him. Right? They'll be like, I can take that guy out. And he'll hit you back for powering him up, really well. So that's cool. But yeah, you're right. Is he going to generate that power on him by himself? It's a bit dice dependent, right? He only has that 5 dice attack to do it with.
Yeah. He can reach a lot of people with the range 4, so he should always be able to attack. Yeah. But that's rough. Okay. The next active superpower is called Project Rebirth 2.0. It's only 1 power. That's good. This character immediately makes a shake action. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Because I'm thinking staggers, obviously. Go away. 1 power.
It means he's basically immune to everything, right? Because nothing, there's no condition that affects you at the start of your turn. So he can start his turn, pay 1, and just shake something for free.
Well, look, it's not actually once per turn. He could shake as much as he got power.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh my God, he can shake everything.
So he's like an APOC counter, if you ask me.
Ah, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't spot that. Yeah. Wow. So obviously if he's hexed, there's a lot of Doctor Strange going around at the moment. If he's hexed, he can't shake that hex until his turn starts. So all of his defense dice will be hexed. And, if he's incinerated, all that stuff. But still, when he starts his turn, he can, start fresh. Pretty good.
Yeah. That actually in this meta, this sounds really good, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's in a lot of affiliations, so that's he's useful in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay, he's got another active superpower. This is called All-Star Quarterback. Okay, yeah, he's a quarterback. And
there you go. He's a jock. He's a jock.
This one costs 3 power, so a little expensive. Choose an interactive terrain feature or enemy character, size 3 or less, within 2, and throw it short. Hey, this is great. Typical throw, but it's got the nice one where it's terrain and person.
Yeah, exactly.
This can only be used once per turn. But this feels like so much like Web Warriors. I mean, the web swing and this kind of throw thing is exactly what they're after. Not being able to generate powers, another aspect of them. He seems like he slots right in with the rest of them. But the problem is he's not terribly different enough from all of them. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's bringing a different job, right? There aren't many Web Warriors that are here for a fight, and he is. Well, actually, I say that. Now I say that. There's a whole new box coming out that we just reviewed of like loads of web warriors that want to fight. So actually, maybe it's times now, right? To join Ultimate Miles and, Silk.
But why were you saying that though? Because I appreciate he can fight, but he's got his web swing, he's got this throw. He could play the Miles game, right?
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I think the problem is he's going to be chasing down points, and where Miles and Black Cat can steal stuff without hurting your opponent, he has to hurt them. So he's going to shoot them, power them up, maybe get the extract off them, and then they're going to clap back. So it's a little bit riskier. But in a team, which we're seeing a lot of now, with the new leadership as well, in the Spider-Verse leadership, where they get places off the skulls, we're seeing fighty webs show up, and I think he fits in perfectly to that.
Okay. He's got one last innate superpower we have to talk about, because this one that drives me up the wall and I think really helps solidify his value as a fourth threat, and that's called symbiotic instincts. While this character is attacking, the defending character cannot modify its defense dice. So that includes cover. So you're not going to get cover. You're not going to get any Web Warrior rerolls.
Yeah, Spider Sense.
Yeah. What are the fun ones?
There's the Echo stuff, right? Echo can change her dice into blocks now for crits you roll. Yeah. So all of those are modifiers. You can still explode your crits and you can still add dice, like Cable can give you some extra dice. That's not a modifier. But yeah, the whole flavor of this, I think, for most symbiotes is to turn off the Spider Sense on Web Warriors. So yeah, he has a bit of that.
Defense is weaker in this game as it is, so those defensive tech pieces, abilities are quite important, and he just turns them off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly, and especially with Clintar Firepower being range 4, right? It's going to be quite easy for your opponent to have cover, but when he's shooting them, they just don't have cover.
Yeah. So maybe that's where he's able to generate enough power, because he tends to do damage when he does actually target somebody.
Yeah.
I think he's great. And I think you're right. I think in the Spider-Verse affiliation coming out, he's going to show up quite a bit. But he shows up in Guardians quite a lot too, because he does something quite different from the rest of them.
He's very mobile. Yeah. The Guardians they're kind of gun line, right? So the Guardians usually like to sit back and just shoot you from afar. Agent Venom can do that, but you can also jump in, right? You can also web swing in and do a big beam and stuff like that. Also, the Star-Lord leadership, giving him 2 rerolls can help him generate more power on his builder. So yeah, he fits in really well there.
Yeah. Shield. You ever see him in Shield? I mean, I barely see Shield as it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of in your camp. I think he works well for Shield, right? Shield are in a weird place right now because, in my mind, Shield are, again, a gun line, and it's Nick Fury's in charge. And he fits into that nicely. But then there's also Namor Shield with all the rerolls and, Iron Man Shield with more rerolls. So I don't know. I don't even know what Shield is these days. But he's just a very versatile character, right? I think as long as you can give him some power, he's, very happy.
Yeah. I think that's probably the problem, is he might be so just, good at a little bit of everything that you may have struggled to fit him into your 10 or certainly in your 5 on the table or whatever, the team that you're putting on the table, because you have some of the more specialized pieces that are very obviously have an obvious job to do.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. I mean, he lacks defensive tech as well, right? So he can just go down.
Yeah, right, yeah,
he's
right.
4-2-3. If you get a bad matchup, going into a lot of energy, he can just melt. And then he does have a big clapback turn, which is cool, but he might just KO after that. So, his defense is, maybe shoot, and then web swing out to safety.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Web swing costs 2, so that's fine. There's a good chance you'll have power to do it next round to then web swing back in, shoot again, So, yeah, I think you want to play him as like a kind of mobile, dip in, dip out kind of character. He certainly isn't like go into the brawl and then stay there kind of character.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to chase down, you want to pounce on people, I think, If you're going against Web Warriors, this guy can jump on Miles Morales, right? Can web swing in, hit Miles Morales a couple of times, no rerolls for him, get him. Unfortunately, Miles Morales then wakes up, Venom blasts him and then web swings away. But I think Agent Venom's very versatile, I think. As long as you're not, coming against loads of energy, I think you'll be pretty happy with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that shaking ability can't be overstated, again, in this meta of so many conditions.
Yep.
Okay, he comes. He's got 2 cards attached to him. The first one is called Cleanup. This is a team up card.
Hey.
Beware, everybody. Beware. I know Jamie loves these, but let's see if everybody else
another
does.
cool but weak card, probably.
Let's see. Cleanup. An allied agent, so it's unaffiliated and reactive. Okay, Agent Venom ally and an allied Peter Parker. Okay, so Peter Parker is Peter Parker 1, which nobody plays. Who else? ASM and
Amazing
Spectacular.
Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man, yeah.
Okay, so those 3 characters and Agent Venom each spend 1 power each to play this card in the power phase. Okay, then Agent Venom gains Spider Sense.
Oh,
ooh,
hello. That's good.
That is good. So we were just talking that they didn't have defense tech, and Spider Senses you get to re-roll up to 2 of your defense or dodge dice against physical or energy attacks. So that's just straight up great.
Yeah.
For him, Peter Parker in the meantime gets symbiotic instincts until the end of the round. Let's see what that is.
The no
Symbiotic.
re-rolls.
No defense. Your target cannot modify defense dice. That's also good.
Yeah.
actually.
So basically, Agent Venom gets defensive. Peter Parker gets offensive.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. I actually don't hate it.
Yeah, me neither, actually. Yay!
Yeah.
Good team up card.
Is this?
Cool.
It's for the round. Okay, so it's for a round. I think we should talk about which Peter Parker this is going on, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's either Specky or ASM, but I feel like does ASM take advantage of this more?
Yeah,
because he wants to hit people.
Amazing Spider-Man has some good attacks, right? Well, okay attacks that can go off. I guess if you're going against an opponent, if you're going against other Web Warriors, actually, this is great if you're going into a mirror match, right? Because Agent Venom turns off their rerolls, and for a round, Amazing Spider-Man will turn off their rerolls as well. So actually, that's pretty great. Yeah. Maybe this is a card that's like in your 10 until you're ready to go into someone with loads of rerolls. Like if you go against Invader's Shield with all the rerolls, this card gets better. It costs 1 each, which I think is pretty great. Amazing Spider-Man has a ton of power. He's always got power, so don't worry about that. Agent Venom, we mentioned, has power issues, but it only costs 1. So it keeps him alive a bit longer. I actually think this is quite good.
I agree, especially maybe in that new Spider-Verse leadership.
Oh yeah?
Although it costs a card in your 5, so that's a little rough to see if you could squeeze them all in. But yeah,
I think this is actually if you're enjoying, either the Spider-Verse leadership, Amazing Spider-Man is pretty good on because he's got a medium base, or if you're liking the new, well not new, but if you're playing Amazing Spider-Man with the new models, they've got a lot of slow synergy, right? If you're enjoying that, Agent Venom slots into that game plan really well, right? Because he's, they're all going to be slow, and he's going to chase them down and hit, do a bunch of stuff. So this card, I think this card's in your 10, and I think you bring it out when you're really worried about your opponent modifying dice on defense rolls.
Yes,
a lot.
agreed.
That's the main thing.
Looking at his card art, we've got Agent Venom, Spider-Man, Doc Ock, Shocker in the background.
Yeah. And this last character, Norbert. This is a very hotly anticipated character that's not in the game yet.
Oh, is it?
This Scorpion.
Okay. Oh, it's a Scorpion.
Where is Scorpion? Where's Scorpion? We had a whole bunch of Spider-Foes get added. Where is Scorpion? That's what I want to know.
Is that his tail stinger coming into the foreground of the? Okay, wow.
Yeah,
I would like to see that actually.
Yeah,
that
man.
Sounds really fun.
People are asking for it. I don't know what's more hotly anticipated, Scorpion or a Clintar affiliation. They're probably equal.
Okay. Okay. His second card is Foreign Assignment. So this is a particular card for the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's wild, this card. It's an active card. During Agent Venom's activation, he can spend any amount of power to play this card, choose a different option from the list below for each 2 power spent, and then resolve each option completely before choosing the next one. So basically, he for each 2 power he spends, he could do an ability, get a special ability depending on which partner in the Guardians of the Galaxy he's nearby. So I'm not going to read them all, but it's like Gamora, Groot, Star-Lord, Rocket, and Drax. Those characters. If he's within 2 of them, as he pays these 2 power, he can ask them to do all kinds of different things. So it's like, it kind of reminds me of the, what's the one where you kind of roll dice for them and they can do something stuff, sometimes nothing.
The random one. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I feel like this is sort of along that line. Obviously, you can set it up, but your friends have to be within 2 of you, and you need a lot of power. So you're not going to have like all of these popping off, I don't think.
Yeah, so I'm actually quite optimistic about this card because it's not random, right? You decide when to play it during his turn, and you can stand next to that Guardian. It can also chain, right? So I'm seeing like Gamora and Drax can throw Agent Venom, which is fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Drax throws him really hard, so he counts as a size 3 collision when Drax throws him. So you're going to be inflicting 4 damage at your opponent.
yeah.
They can dodge.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. And then, but it might throw you within 2 of another Guardian.
Yeah, it's true.
To then do it
That's
again.
true.
So like, yeah, Drax could throw you. You collide with someone. You're now next to Groot. You've taken a damage from the collision, but you're next to Groot, so you're going to pay him to heal you for 3, and you're also next to, someone else. So I think it's really cool. I love this card, actually. It's really fun and thematic.
You definitely, this card speaks to you.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
There's a card, there's a rogue. I, no matter what, right? Let's just have some appreciation here. No matter what happens on this podcast, I always find a way to bring it back to how mutants are hard done by. But Rogue has a card just like this called Pardon Me Sugar, and it basically is a similar thing where if she's standing next to another mutant, she can borrow their superpower. But it sucks. It's way less good, and it doesn't do like little combo stuff like this does. And this is really cool. I actually think that if you're playing Agent Venom with like a fully affiliated Guardians roster, this card's actually pretty cool. And you probably just want to take it for like a couple of the effects. So like Groot healing Agent Venom for 3, that's actually great, right? That's pretty fantastic. So that alone is great, right? But then you might also, if you're next to Groot, you're probably next to Rocket as well, right? Because they're always within 2. So maybe you're going to get both those effects off. And then he gets to make a free attack and advanced short, which is pretty cool. And then the advanced short at the end of the Rocket one might put you within 2 of someone else, and you can do that. So it's obviously a bit of a like Rube Goldberg machine, and you need a lot of power because it costs 2 per. I just think this card's really fun and not awful, right? I think there's some pretty cool effects on there.
Agreed. It's just probably hard to make it all happen. So
yeah, for sure. But also, like sometimes. No, I'm still chatting about this card. There's also going to be like sometimes where you just want one of the effects. So like if this card just said Agent Venom can pay 2 to heal 3, we'd probably be like, it's okay, not bad. Yeah. But it has that. It's guaranteed if you're next to Groot, and Agent Venom's got a web swing, so he can also web swing to the right position. Blah 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 blah. I think it's pretty good.
I think you're right, though. Just one of these abilities is probably fine for 2 power, actually.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah. And you might get 2 of them off. So yeah.
I'm going to hazard, though, a guess that this is not one of the ones in the box because it is attached to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Although you can still use it, probably printing it off or what have you. But my point is, it won't be in the box.
Yeah.
But that's a guess. All right. Anything else?
No. I wish Pardon Me Sugar was this good.
I can imagine, because that does sound like a fun ability if it worked right. All right, let's move on to Spider-Woman. What do we got, Lore Master Jay, on Spider-Woman?
Spider-Woman, oh boy. Are you ready for this?
Is there a Spider-Girl? No, I'm not joking. Is there like a...
Yeah, I think so. I think Spider-Woman came first. There's a spider everything. It's comic books, right?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. But it's not her, I don't think. Checking my lore notes. No. But this is Spider-Woman. So this is Jessica Drew. And basically the reason Spider-Woman exists, right, was back in the 70s, Stan Lee was worried about losing the IP rights to the character Spider-Woman. So it was like, I better create her quickly. So that we can say... Okay,
because it's just an obvious thing that somebody else would do.
Well, Spider-Man is popping off, right? So he's like, I better make Spider-Woman before someone else does. So he made one issue just in case with Spider-Woman, and that was their first kind of introduction. But then was quite popular, so it became an actual, proper character that was used, which is great. Originally, interestingly, she was a spider that had evolved into a human.
Oh, not this. This is like how much the Inhumans episode with the dog got kicked off in our Discord. So now we're here again.
There you go. There you go. If anyone ever found any drawing of Spider-Woman attractive, I hope you now realize that that was a spider. That was the original one, but I think they retconned that eventually.
No kidding.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Classic. So yeah, the actual origin now is she had uranium poisoning. And her dad injected her with some like spider juice,
serum.
Whatever. Serum. Yeah. Is that a thing you're a doctor in the medical world? Serum? Is that a thing?
Yeah. So like if you take just like you probably have this done, if you take a blood sample from yourself and they centrifuge it, so they spin it really fast to knock all the blood cells and bigger things down to the bottom. What's left, the liquid part with other kinds of bits in it, is the serum.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, that's probably not what serum means in like comic books.
No,
and
it
things
means
like
like superhero juice. Yeah, no, it's completely different. Yeah, cool. All right, well, yeah. So she got injected with some spider-based serum, something, and was then put into suspended animation so she wouldn't age too fast.
Is that an IP thing? It's like
yeah.
Stanley's like, look, I'm making this one book, but then she's on ice for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's there just when we're ready to crack her out again, Spider-Woman again. Yeah, so then she's in a suspended animation, and then eventually she wakes up, and Hydra brainwash her. Hydra get their hands on her, and they brainwash her into becoming one of their top assassins, which is why she's Hydra affiliated.
Yep.
Which I didn't know. So there you go.
Yeah.
She was brainwashed.
She is rather promiscuous, I have to say, in terms of affiliations.
No, she's just extremely employable. Come on, don't make it. She's just climbing the career ladder. And we get onto that. She really is. She gets around. She's worked. She's a hard-working lady. So,
all right. So, does she break out of Hydra's clutches?
Hold on. We haven't gone there yet. So, she's the top assassin in Hydra, and they give her a superhero name, which is, as you know,
I don't know. Spider snake.
Arachna.
Arachna. That's good, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then they give her a mission to go and kill Nick Fury. But she refuses and has like a kind of identity crisis, and then she switches sides. That's how she becomes S.H.I.E.L.D. Whoa.
Nice.
She's like, nah, Hydra are the bad guys.
Nick Fury does that a lot, doesn't he?
He's a good recruiter.
He always kind of convince people. He's got that charisma and subtle pressure.
He's in recruitment, you know?
Yeah, he's in recruitment. Yeah. Yes, he's a talent.
He gets referral bonuses on all the Avengers. That's where he makes his money. So he's just like, hey, you seem pretty superpowered. You want a job? So yeah. So they're basically Spider-Woman then, as we mentioned, has a very prolific career. She's with S.H.I.E.L.D. She works in S.W.O.R.D. for a bit, and the Avengers eventually works her way up. A-Force as well. So yeah, it gets around, hard working.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Where is she now? What would you say is like in the comics? Like,
I think Avengers is the kind of resting place at the moment.
I see.
Avengers and A-Force, which are kind of the same thing, sort of. People in the comments can have a go at me for that. But then in general, her powers are, wall crawling, the normal spider stuff, reflexes, strength, all that stuff. She has venom blasts, much like Miles Morales, so like bioelectricity, I guess. And she has her own thing is pheromone secretion.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
No.
So
we've had this problem before.
She has a hypnotic influence. And she's kind of, it shows itself in different ways depending on who's writing. But yeah, it's like pheromones or it's hypnosis or something. But there's like spiders that do that in the nature, right? Like,
do they?
Yeah. I feel like there's some sort of like hypno spider. Have I made that up? I think there's like a spider. Like I feel like I've seen a spider like hypnotize its prey. Have I made that up?
I could definitely. I'm no expert, so I could be wrong. Right. But I don't seem to have come across that in my travels. I know there's a spider that has those big eyes that kind of are in a pattern that kind of look hypnotic, but I don't think that's what
that counts. That works. Yeah. Okay. If you're a doctor of spiders on our Discord, please let us know. So then last fun fact on Spider-Woman, she once used this kind of hypnotic influence to make Hulk make her a sandwich.
That's funny. Make me a sandwich. Hey, she was in stasis though. What year was it that she went into stasis? Is it like a Captain America kind of a thing, or she's like World War II era?
No, it's the 70s. Right? It's the 70s. Yeah.
70s. Okay, so she's just in stasis for a few decades. Like she got past the recession of the 70s and just went right into the partying 80s. Is that how it was?
Basically, yeah. I mean, apparently it was 4 decades. Not 4 decades. It was for decades. Like multiple decades she was in stasis.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, they'd put her in the 90s. So she's Gen X now, like me.
There you go.
Okay. I love it. All right. Me and Spider-Woman can hang.
Yeah. You could talk about that dog you mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. Let us talk about the game stats for Jessica Drew. She's on a small base. We mentioned all the affiliations already. She is a 4 threat. Her stats are 4 physical, 3 energy, 3 mystic. She's got 6 hit points on the front side, 5 on the back side, size 2, but moves long. So 4 threat, 5 of hit points on the back. You tell me, you're better at this about the standards, AMG. Is this good or bad for a 4 threat having 6-5 hit points?
6-5. I mean, we just said that 6-6 was good for Agent Venom, right?
Yeah,
but this Spider-Woman is 4-3-3. There's some more defensive tech coming up, which we'll get to. She's not a fighter, right? She's a point scorer, so she will go down slightly easier than Agent Venom, I think.
Okay, so this is a balancing thing. She's a little under the curve, but by design.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we jump ahead to her innates to kind of explain why.
Sure. So the first innate she has is called a martial artist. So we've seen this before. Within 2, if the attacker's within 2, she can count blanks as successes in her defense if the attack is physical or energy. And she also has stealth, which is that she has to be within 3 of the attacker to be able to be targeted. And then the other ones are she's immune to poison and a wall crawler, which is pretty standard.
So yeah, there's a very, very specific spot you have to stand.
Yes, she's one of those. And there's a few characters like this now, right? I couldn't name them all.
Mystique is one, yeah.
Yeah. But there's this thing, right? You want to be outside of 3 you want to be within 3 so you can actually target her because of stealth. But you want to actually be outside of 2 so you don't have to deal with the martial artist.
I've just realized it's almost like this must be AMG's way of showing us that someone does a bit of like espionage, like spy work, right? Because stealth plus martial artist, right, is Mystique, Black Widow, Spider-Woman, right? They're all kind of spies. And they have that like undercoverness with them. I think that's pretty cool. I've just realized that.
I do. All right. Yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
So yeah, you want to be outside of 2 but inside of 3 to hit these guys. So it's quite hard.
Yeah. So those stats of defense stats 4-3-3 with counting blanks is quite good.
Yes, definitely.
No doubt about it.
It is good. Yeah. I mean, the way to get around this is to have a character that can, place themselves around to be in that sweet spot and then hit them with a bunch of energy. So yeah, I mean, Agent Venom comes to mind actually, but yeah, there aren't many characters that can do that easily, So yeah, deceptively hard to take down Spider-Woman.
Unless she's piloted by me, because that's what happened at Adepticon 2 years ago. I was playing the doubles with Gil, and we're playing Avengers. We thought we were clever, and I said, Spider-Woman's affiliated. So we used her as our midline extract grabber.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, I figure, she's got decent stats. She's got all this defense tech, decent hit points, no problem. She's going to take a hit at best, a couple hit points of damage, and we're good. She kept getting one-shotted every time. Every time she was... I played her 3 games, and each time she failed at her job all the time.
So it was bad. Clearly useless. That's what that means. That's what we've learned. No good. Next character.
Terrible. Into the bin. Yeah, it was gross. But that's, again, you're talking about me, the Salt Lord, so it's probably not going to be your experience for sure. Okay, let's talk about her attacks. She's got 2. One's an energy attack called Bioelectric Strike. Range 3, 5 dice. Doesn't cost anything. It's her builder, where she gets power equal to the damage dealt. And it has a wild trigger on it called Neuro Disruption. Before damage is dealt, that's good. For each wild in the attack roll, the defending character gains one of the following special conditions: poison, shock, or stun.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very cool. One of the few ways, actually, I've just realized with them, because they've been trying to crack down on it, Nightcrawler got the little nerf hammer, unfortunately, of you could potentially give your opponent stun without causing damage to them, which is very, very strong, because stun obviously limits how much power you get. If you hit someone really hard and give them stun, it's like, okay, well, they still got the power before they were stunned, so it's not as impactful. But this could be, if you whiff but get one wild, you'd be like, great, I'll give you stun. Thanks. That's really strong.
Yep. Yeah, so your point is it's not like Nightcrawler where you don't have to actually damage to have this go off. Yeah. Just you need to roll out wild.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big deal. And also poison for the same reason. If you're hitting someone round 1, which you can do, long move with range 3, you can hit someone from deployment, and you whiff, do no damage, and they're on 0 power because they've just picked up an extract. Just give them poison, and then they'll have 0 power at the start of next round too.
Yep. Yeah, so not bad. I definitely like this attack.
Yeah, very good.
Then she's got a second attack, which is also energy, called Intoxicating Blast. It's only range 2. It's 7 dice, and it costs 3, so it's their spender. She's got 2 abilities on this. One is a wild trigger called Sensory Overload. Overload. If the target has the poison special condition, which she can give, as we just talked about, before damage is dealt, this character may advance the target character short. Nice. And secondly, after the attack is resolved, the target character drops all objective tokens it is holding. Woo!
Nice. It's the Miles Morales spender, the one I keep talking about. It's very good.
Yeah, what are his numbers on his? Do you know? I know it's range 2.
They're the same. Yeah, 2, 7, 3.
It's the same.
Yeah. Which is strange, isn't it, Norbert? Because Miles Morales is a 3 threat. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Spider-Woman,
Oh dear, please.
Spider-Woman has it, and there's a fourth threat. Huh. Isn't that weird?
Male privilege we keep hearing about.
And he's a leader. Huh, strange. But yeah, anyway,
I'm just looking though. His doesn't have the wild trigger on it.
No. But I mean, Spider-Woman needs to have given them poison and then roll a wild. Which is like, well, who cares? I don't think you're doing this. You're not doing this attack for that, She doesn't actually have any displacement. Spoiler. So this is nice if they've activated. You can get them off a point, maybe. But you're doing this to grab their extracts. That is
yes.
why you're doing it. Yeah. So I mean, this is what makes Spider-Woman, in my opinion. I think because she's a long mover, you can basically deploy her bang in the middle at the start of round 1. She can then double move long to grab an extract, your opponent's extract. And then if your opponent, she's hard to kill, as we mentioned. Martial artist stealth makes her a bit tricky. If your opponent manages to daze her, she will just wake up, intoxicating blast, and then run away anyway. Right. So it's like a really, really strong play pattern. Even if that she manages to get dazed, which is unlikely, but if it happens, she can just use this, get the thing back, run away. So yeah, it's a very, very, very strong, overall game plan for her.
Okay, I'm going to compare her to Miles in a moment, but we need to cover her next innate superpower first. It's called I Don't Fly, I Glide. Any idea what it seems a little bit of attitude with that name? Like, do you know what the issue is there? Like, why?
I don't know. Maybe there was some controversy. Maybe she used to fly. Obviously people think she flies.
Well, that's the thing. Like, why would you? It's a spider.
Yeah, I've just Googled it, and the first thing that's come up is a Reddit post where someone goes, so Spider-Woman can fly, right? Yeah. Oh, here you go. Most Spider-Woman incarnations fly. They're more tied to the magic side of things than other spider people, because there's a whole totem thing. We mentioned that on the Silk episode. There's a spider totem thing. So I think there's a variation of her that is a bit more magical and can fly. But that's not this version.
Got it. So there's where the attitude is coming from. I'm with you. Okay. Well, good. Thank you. This is really, really helpful, dude. Okay. So this ability is 2 power, and you place the character within 2 of its current position, just like Black Cat, and it can only be used once per turn. So my question to you, sir, you've got her taking an intoxicating blast and then moving long and then potentially gliding for 2, right?
Yeah.
Or you got Miles doing the same thing. Venom blasting at range 2, moving only medium, but then I think he can do a web swing for 3, right?
That's a good point. Yeah. It's probably about the same, right?
Well, that's the question.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you stall, I'll find out for sure.
You have that tool website, right, where you could put in all the tool information and stuff?
Yeah. Give me. We'll move on and come back to this, but I'll find out. Okay, I suspect that a small base medium move plus a range 3 place is about the same as a small base long move plus a range 2 place. You're really testing my knowledge here. I don't like this.
Yeah, I know, but it's really exciting to know because she's 4 threat and he's only 3. Yeah. But if she gets it a little bit further, maybe.
Either way, it's great. They both have stealth. So they're probably, they're out of stealth range. So they're both very, very happy. And it also fits perfectly with their power economy because, if they've dazed while holding an extract, they're going to have power to do all that stuff we just mentioned, guaranteed, unless they get hit by something weird. So, yeah.
And it's something, as an opponent, I always have to constantly play around. The moment I see them being able to do their bender with my extracts, it completely changes the options I have on the table. Yeah. Or I have to take, weigh, how much do I want to try to take this person out? Because if I don't, then they're just going to have enough power to do all their fun stuff, and it'll be really bad.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Brutal. As you keep typing away, I'll talk about her last superpower that we haven't talked about yet, which is a reactive one called Interrogate. Now, this is really fun. This is 3 power, and it's a weird one because you have to wait until the start of the cleanup phase. And then if this character is within 2 of 1 or more dazed enemy characters, it can use the superpower, so you pay the 2 power. And then you increase your VPs scored from crisis cards during the cleanup phase by 1. Basically, you get a free VP if you are standing near somebody during and you don't have to be the one who dazed that person. It could be just a random dazed person, which has happened to me a lot because she'll move and web swing. Just is like her thing that she's doing that round just to get to one of my dazed characters.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of games decided by this as well. A lot of games.
Sure,
it's another thing to keep track of, and I think that as a Spider-Woman player, you're not going to remember this for the first like 10, 15 games, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But then once you do remember it, your opponent is not going to remember it, So they're going to think, okay, cool, I've got this round sewn up, but here's my points, I'm going to score this. And then you go, oh, and I score a bonus point here from Interrogate.
Yes.
Like, it's huge. It's a big deal.
Exactly. We've seen this before on Mystique, but for some reason, I think Spider-Woman pulls it off more often. And I think it has to do with her defensive tech and that she moves long and so forth.
Yeah.
So definitely a fun one, but one that you have to be clever about setting up to make sure it happens. But it can happen each round, provided you have 3 power.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's good. How close are we?
We are about 5 seconds away. Should we shout out? We should shout out what I'm doing this on because we have a collab with them.
Oh, do we? Who is it?
I am using Tabletop Simulator and the MCP, what's it called? Mod? I don't know, whatever.
Mod.
Yeah, I'm playing MCP on Tabletop Simulator. And now you can play with Across the Bifrost rulers.
Yes.
Isn't that
right.
cool?
Carl, the owner of the mod, was so kind to make us a set of rulers on his own back, which is really just unexpected and lovely. And they look cool. And they have a funny saying, one of them from a funny stream that I did a long time ago. It's got some deep lore pictures that Lore Master Jay had to explain to me. And then some just the classic Across the Bifrost imagery that's there. So there's a little bit of everything in that set, which is fantastic.
It's great. Yeah, I showed some friends and they said, this is how you know you finally made it. So there you go, Across the Bifrost rulers. Right. So,
but I thought you were using a website that you could just type in the tools and it converts it to inches.
That sounds really, I don't know. It sounds like maths involved. That's not my thing, man.
Okay.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on.
So you've done it all through physical, like virtual physical world.
Yeah. So okay, here we go. This just in, right? So Miles Morales moving medium, and then web swinging range 3, Spider-Woman moving long, and then gliding range 2. Is basically the same.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody must
Miles
win.
gets just ahead.
Half
a small base ahead.
3 threat. And he still squeezes her out on this.
Listen, it's the reason this box is called CP234 is because AMG's #1 favorite character is Miles Morales. And 234 is the next bunch of favorite characters I have, and they're all web warriors. That's why I found the reasoning. Yeah, it's AMG's, golden child, all the webs.
Oh man, I can't believe it. Yeah, if you're being generous, they're the same, but really, it's Miles. Miles is better.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, is martial artist better than Spider Sense? I guess Spider Sense is from any range, right? Yeah, it is. But then Miles has stealth. So it's from range 3. So I don't know. Yeah, Spider-Woman has a weak spot, right? Which is just outside of range 2, whereas Miles doesn't. Oh, so Miles is better. Oh my God. He can't keep getting away with this.
No, he keeps getting away with it.
You know what? J. Jonah Jameson had a point.
What's that?
Just forget these spider people. I don't want them. I don't want them anymore.
All right, let's talk about her card. She comes with 2 of them, or at least 2 that work with her. One is called Double Ancient.
Oh, this card. Before you start. So if supporting MCP players was a thing, like supporting football teams, I would support Jim Gradwell. Right? You know Jim? If anyone gets a chance to watch...
Jim England, they're calling him now because nobody remembers his last name.
Oh, really?
And
Jim England. Nice.
You did just call him Jim England?
Oh, nice.
It's really rude.
Yeah. Jim Gradwell. I like that name. Anyway, I'm going to call him Jim Gradwell.
But that's his name.
Yeah, because that's his name. So he's an absolute savant. MCP, right? No, but you'll agree with it.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So if you can ever watch him play, ever see any live stream, even events, I'm a total creep when we're playing events with Jim and my game finishes early, I'll go watch his game. Because just the way he measures stuff, the way he thinks about things, the moves he takes, he plays like no one else. I think he's a genius. But I had to play against him in the final of Nations team tournament. And I was like, not now. Why now? Because we could win this final. And he destroyed me. But he destroyed me with this card. So let's get on to it and I'll explain why. It blew my mind. I've never seen anyone do anything with this card. This card's sort of seen as a bit of a meme, and then he got me with it. It got me good.
Well, let's start with the artwork, which is not a meme. It is so cool. She's hanging upside down from the bar that has the name of the card on it, which is a great way of breaking the fourth wall in a sense. It's got these huge Hydra things that look really impressive behind her, and then her little flashlight's got a shield image in it.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's really cool. This reminds me actually of there's a really famous, there's a really controversial Spider-Woman comic book cover that started like some really good movements in the kind of comic book world. Basically, what is the comic? If you just Google
controversial Spider-Woman.
Yeah, so new variant cover of Manara for Spider-Woman #1. If you just Google controversial Spider-Woman, you'll see this thing, and it's like she's basically pulling a pose that like doesn't make any sense. Like humans wouldn't pull that pose. Like not even like, Spider-Woman superhero people wouldn't pull that pose. And anyway, it started this whole conversation about like, how to show bodies in comics and, to draw them properly and draw them like anatomically correct and like not to overly sexualize women and stuff like that. So yeah, great. Really cool stuff.
Do you see it? Like, oh, sorry.
It was there. Yeah. Go back. I mean, this is great for our listeners. On the left there.
Which, this one?
Yeah, down one, you can see the whole thing.
Oh, this one, the big thing, yeah.
But someone is like, if you have a proper look, you can basically see someone's like drawn the skeleton, that how a spine would be for this and where her hips would sit, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not how any person would look. So yeah, it's obviously just done to like make her butt look big and, make her look kind of, sexualized. So yeah, it's cool. This started a whole movement and she's now drawn, with a lot more care and, so are a lot of other comic book characters. So it's cool.
Okay. Huh. I did not know. Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
Sorry, Double Agent.
Yeah, Double Agent. Let's get back to it. So it's an unaffiliated card. She could take it everywhere she goes. It's reactive. At the start of the activation phase, okay, so this is before either of you, at the beginning of a round, after the power phase, basically, before anybody's gone. At that start of that phase, an allied Spider-Woman can spend 2 power to play this card. Okay, that's not expensive. That sounds good. Choose an enemy character. Okay. No range. The next time the chosen character gains an activated token, of course, remove an activated token from Spider-Woman. Yeah, this is the one that everyone thinks would sound amazing, then somehow can never get it to work, and then says the card sucks, and then you come on to Jim Gradwell. So let's hear it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a really weird one, because it's like, okay, well, if you're doing it at the start of the activation phase, that's kind of cool, because so I'm playing Spider-Woman normally. Let's see, I can't even figure this out. I'm playing Spider-Woman, you're playing another team, right? I play this card and I go, right, when your Toad activates, I'm going to, basically I'm going to put this, target Toad with this card. So it's kind of encouraging you to activate Toad first, right?
No, last, right? Because you don't want...
no,
before she goes. Yeah. Before she goes,
if Toad activates now, then this card does nothing, right? So you want to activate Toad first. So I think it's quite cool there. I think that's how everyone saw the card of like, this can force you to activate someone early, which is quite cool. Because let's say I've lined someone up for a daze, right? And I'm like, well, I want you to activate, I don't want you to run away with that guy. So I'm going to play this card, target that guy. And now if you, I can't even explain it.
Yeah,
basically, there's some weird activation stuff going on, right? And you do it.
So what did you see though?
So this is the Jim Gradwell thing. So the Jim Gradwell thing was he played this at the start of the activation phase, and then Spider-Woman immediately went, right, and did some stuff.
So he had priority, yeah?
He had priority, yeah. And I think we were the same width, so we were 5 characters each. And so basically he used this. Spider-Woman activated first. She did some stuff. She dazed the character, I think, and then, whatever. It basically meant that he could daze an extra character because he was about to get a double activation. So she does that. She flips a bunch of points, goes and stands in stealth range, and she's relatively safe for the rest of the round. I then activate, we do the whole turn, and I obviously inevitably activate the character that he targeted with, this card with. And so Spider-Woman gets another activation. But the whole point of him doing it was to force her to go last on a pay to flip.
Oh, right.
So it's not so much the double activation, it's the last activation he cares about. Because Spider-Woman's very good at... In fact, I think her first activation was just a couple of builders just to get power to do this. And she can then, flip a point, move long, flip a point, move long, flip a point. She's got the kind of glide thing in there as well. So she then gets to go last and flip a bunch of points, which is brutal, right? If you can get a bunch of pay to flips off at the end of a round, the score swings massively and your opponent can't do anything about it. So that was it. And it was basically, you need to have, Jim had a deep understanding of like how wide I was, how wide he was, what was going to happen at the end of the round. And, activating Spider-Woman first is good. And then you can also get a lot. It was just like depth that I don't go to in MTP. And I play this game a lot, right? And I just couldn't keep up with that. So yeah, he explained to me afterwards. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, somehow people just can't get this to work otherwise, unless you're really into it. So beware. It's clearly good. It's just a matter of it's all about timing. is I guess the thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole thing's obviously scuppered if she dazes.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
A risk,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Good, very good
But
point.
I was playing
right?
X-Men, so I wasn't really in the dazing game. So
Mhm,
yeah, I think Jim just found the perfect scenario to play it, right? She was safe. She could activate first and last and have a bunch of power. And he played this card. So yeah, it was really, really good.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you for the story. That's helpful.
Sorry
actually.
for butchering the explanation. We should get Jim on to explain it.
Her second card is called On Patrol.
Yeah. I like this card.
Yeah, it's unaffiliated, so she can take it wherever she goes. It's reactive. An allied Spider-Woman or allied Carol Danvers may spend 2 power to play this card during the power phase. This round, whenever an enemy character interacts with or picks up an objective token, both Carol Danvers and Spider-Woman may advance short. Well, this feels like an A-Force card, right?
Oh yeah, you think?
Well, because to get the most out of it, okay, let's be fair. Just giving Spider-Woman to short move anytime something happens with an objective token is actually pretty good, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But, the dream would be to have both Captain Marvel and Spider-Woman both being able to do this for free.
That's a good point. An allied Spider-Woman or allied Carol Danvers may spend 2. So they can play it. This isn't a team-up card.
No, so both characters would be on the table, obviously, but only one has to spend this power during the power phase. But then both of them take advantage of the ability, no matter what.
But you could play this, if you weren't playing Carol Danvers, you could just play Spider-Woman and use this card.
I would, yeah, it's unaffiliated.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, so you could take it on their own. Because it's basically one of my problems with this card is you have to play Captain Marvel. And she isn't a great character, right? Neither of them. People really enjoy them, and I think if you're playing A-Force, playing Captain Marvel 2 is actually pretty great. It's an awesome character, but you have to have that leadership where she's getting the extra power anyway, and then this needs extra power to play the card. So yeah, I didn't think about that. You could just play as with Spider-Woman, and she gets a bunch of short moves, which is pretty cool, because remember we mentioned that her weakness is being in that sweet spot. Well, just wait till someone interacts, move short, and you're out of the sweet spot, Yeah. Or even, she's got the Interrogate, right? She's just being range 1 of the Interrogate.
Yeah.
So this can help her get into that position.
It's rangeless as well. So these interacts can happen everywhere on the board. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of pay to flips around at the moment.
It would be bonkers playing this with senators with the 6 extracts on the floor.
Senators and a pay to flip. So I've got something bonkers for you then. The reason why I love this card, do you know which leader loves this?
No.
Dormammu.
Oh, why?
Because everyone starts with an extra power. So you play Dormammu, Spider-Woman, and Captain Marvel, and Spider-Woman and Captain Marvel start with 2 power, and you play it round 1 when all the interacts are happening.
Oh, okay,
right?
yeah.
The most amount of interacts happen in round 1, so you're going to get a bunch of short moves. So I saw this against Chris Wills, who he just got number 1 Dormammu player in the world.
Hey, congrats, Chris.
He got it for about 10 minutes, and then someone else played a game and he lost it. But it doesn't matter, because Longshanks gave him the award and he kept it.
Oh, they gave it
It's permanent once you got the award, so that's fine. But yeah, and basically it meant that I was just playing MCP, and suddenly Spider-Woman and Captain Marvel were on the midline because they both moved short 3 times. I was like, it's actually pretty cool,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's good, but it definitely is great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess under the right circumstances, it could be quite good. And like I said, it happens with any of her, no matter which affiliation you're in. So just trying to go back to, where have you seen her? I've seen her mostly in A-Force, maybe Avengers.
Yeah, a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. A lot of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, because S.H.I.E.L.D., they've got the gun line sorted. This is their kind of like extract gamey stuff, like Black Widow 2, Black Widow 3, and Spider-Woman, running around scoring points, being hard to kill. So yeah, I can't wait to play her in Web Warriors when I move on to my Web Warriors arc. So yeah, she shows up, but obviously her cards are unaffiliated, both of them. So if you like that fancy Jim Gradwell thing, you could just take Spider-Woman and the double agent card, and you're off to something,
Yeah. Which affiliation would like her to be bouncing around like this for a round with short moves?
I mean, I don't know. The short move helps Carol more than it helps her, I think, because she's a long mover and she's not there to be punching people that often, right? Not if she's just spend 2 to play that card, because she actually wants 3 power for her spend.
How could you do it where she does a midline grab and then just keeps short moving away from the from the midline?
She needs 3 power.
3 power,
Is
though,
that possible? Maybe not.
Inhumans.
Inhumans.
Wong. Can Wong
But
help?
they have to play it at the start of the activation
Spirit
phase.
of Wakanda.
Start the activation phase. They caught you. It doesn't work. So no, but I don't know. There's some cool stuff there. I think it's an interesting card. And, it does say Carol Danvers. So maybe we'll get a different Captain Marvel. Maybe the existing Captain Marvel will get a bit of a glow up. She definitely deserves it. So, I don't know. I think A-Force, you're right to call that out. And Pay to Flips. Pay to Flips are very popular at the moment. So,
yeah. Cool. That's right. Cool. Let's talk about events as we wrap up the show. You mentioned it earlier. We have Across the Bifrost Team Championship coming up in January. We have 1 team left to fill to get to our target of 24 teams. We managed to corral a second Swedish team to come along for the 23rd team, so we have room only for 1 more. I think a few people are looking for a team, and they've posted into the Discord channel saying, "Look, find a team channel." So if you're fancy coming along in January, which will have all the new releases as part of it, probably the first big event that uses all those new releases. This is the one to come to in London, January 10th and 11th, right?
That's it. It's also post Mini Extravaganza, which is in November. So if anything happens there, we don't know if anything's happening. If there's any erratas there, then we'll be using those rules. So
very good point. Excellent. I have a calendar that I maintain for all 2-day or longer events happening in Europe. It's tinyurl.com/MCP events Europe. So do take a look there to see all the fun events that are happening on the weekends there, including a new one that we're doing in the summer called Articon. Articon is in Manchester and is a big con for Middle-earth, but they want to start branching it out now for other systems, and they invited the Atomic Mass Games along. So me and the great Tony Moore have designed a 5-day program. You could come. You don't have to come for all 5 days, but if you wanted to, you could play MCP with all kinds of different formats for 5 days, including a team tournament and an invitational. So that happens in the first week of August. More details to come soon, but put it on your radars if you want to come along. Very easy to get to because it's right in Manchester downtown.
There you go.
Any other events that you want to shout out that you could think of off the top of your head?
Events? No. You've highlighted the best ones.
Yay. Okay, cool. Thank you to all our Discord members. Do the show.
Do the thing. Do the Patreon.
Not the Discord, the Patreon.
There you go. Yeah, cool. So Patreon exists. It's a thing. It helps keep the lights on, helps us, stay motivated, and also pays our lovely producer who edits all the episodes. Yes, if you are okay with giving us a handful of pounds, it's very low. It's very cheap. I'm trying to convince Norbert to put the price up, but he's not having any of it.
No.
But there's also, there's a spectacular supporter tier as well. If you have a bit of spare change and want to throw it our way, it is greatly appreciated. It really helps us, and it kind of helps keep everything moving along and everyone happy.
We're doing an appreciation thing for the Patreon people. Should we say what it is?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, by the time this episode's out, we would have done it. But let's do it because it means if you become a patron now, you can actually go and see it.
Right. So we decided to do a TTS stream game. So we're going to live stream a game to our Patreons who could come and chat and hang out with us. It'll be a lot of banter, it'll be a bit of whiskey, all kinds of fun stuff. And then we'll put it up on our YouTube in a private channel so that they can watch it later if you can't make it to the live part of the event. And this was all revealed in our special Patreon-only Discord channel. We have a private channel for them. We do all kinds of secret chats. And one day, once we can convince Hannah, one day when we can convince our producer to put in an electric time, she might actually put together that After Dark scene with all the horrific jokes that you keep cutting out of these shows.
That's a good point. Are we allowed to swear on this super secret Patreon stream thing?
I think so. It's a closed event, right? It's kind of one of those things. It's only semi-public event, so I think the rules don't apply anymore, right?
That's true. Fair enough. I like it. Cool. So come along to that. Well, you can't because it's in the past, but come and be a Patreon and you can see the footage of that
for the next time.
Yeah, for sure. We might do more of them if we have fun. I think someone has convinced me to play Phoenix, so I'm going to do that.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. All right then. Until next time. Cheers and happy gaming.